All right, well, in the last video, we showed you how to create a character that walks left and right and walks somewhat realistically, which is very, very important if you're trying to create a game that looks realistic. The next thing, and this is a request from Vivstar, I believe, is how do you get the cat to come and hit something and not be able to move any further? So can you see Scratch is running into the pole and can't move any further? Unlike this side, where he just goes straight through. That's not what we want. We want him to be unable to walk through solid buildings because that's realistic. So how do we do that? Well, and can I say before we keep going, I really, really hope that as you're watching this video, you're making the code in Scratch yourself. If you just watch the video, you might not get it. You have to make the code yourself, and then you can change it and make the game your own. So I really hope if you haven't, go back to the first video and go through. Well, it seems really hard to make this character not be able to walk through something, but it's actually really, really easy. This was the game we started in the last video, the basic platform game. And if you'll remember, if I click the green flag, Scratch walks left and right. Now, if I go to this back to the stage, to the backdrop here, I'm going to right click on the backdrop and duplicate it, just in case I completely destroy it, then at least I still have this original one here. And I'm going to get my rectangle tool and make the solid button down here, a solid rectangle that I don't want Scratch to be able to walk through. Great, there it is. Okay, fantastic. One problem is that Scratch seems to be walking through it. So we have to tell the computer that Scratch is not allowed to walk through it. The computer won't know otherwise. So if we click back on Scratch and back onto the script, let's think logically, how could we do it? So if I'm over here, if the left arrow, we'll start with here, the left arrow is pressed, we move change x by -5. There we go. And that keeps happening. However, if I'm going to go to the control section, if inside here we've got, well, I'll start with the left arrow. So the left arrow is pressed, point in that direction, change x by 5, change the costume, but if, now that we've moved by that amount, if we are touching a certain color, not blue, let me click that and click on the black. If touching the color black, now that we've moved by this amount, we want to actually move back to where we were before, don't we? We don't want to keep going into this black pole. So I'm actually going to change x. We changed it by -5, and now we're touching black, so we want to undo that. So change x by +5. Let's try that. If I run that, oh, now suddenly I can't run into that pole. See if you can work out what the code is doing here. You press the left arrow. If the left arrow is pressed, go in this direction, left by 5 pixels. However, if, and this is inside the other if we're now touching the color black, go back. Don't do it. Abort mission! Now, if I go over to this side, think about it. What's going to happen if I walk at this pole from the other way? Have a think about how the computer works. We've only told it what to do when the left arrow is being pressed. So if I press the right arrow, oh, it's fine. So what we actually need to do is I can duplicate that, right click, duplicate it, and put one up here too. Now this one went 5 pixels to the right, so this needs to be a -5. And now hopefully it will work from both sides. Yeah, absolutely. And if I put scratch over here, yep, it'll work from that side too. So that's just a really simple way using this color recognition to create something that'll block a character's path. Again, please go and make this code yourself. If you don't, you probably won't learn how to use it. So please go and do that. And I'll see you for the next video.